It is a delight to be joined Shabbat morning and holiday Yizkor service. Being a holiday service, the format will be a little bit different. Rather than a Torah reading, we will have a special Yizkor reading. When we reach that point in the service. For those of you who are on Zoom, it is nice to be able to see you and to see the service at the same time from my end so that I can actually see your smiling faces as the service goes on. It's almost like being in person, almost like being joined together, which I know we're all eagerly awaiting the day when it is safe to do so, and looking forward to that. In the meantime, having some faces there when I look out, really makes the experience a lot more pleasant for me. It can be a little bit tough leading Shabbat services to an empty room, as very often I do. How's everybody doing this morning? We got the double thumbs up. That's pretty good. Shabbat Shalom. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good and how pleasant it is for us to all join together this Shabbat and every Shabbat that we're able to join together in prayer. If you wear a talit, this would be the appropriate time in the service to say the prayer with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahit'atef batzitzit. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who makes us holy with commandments and commands us to wrap ourselves in the fringes. As with every morning, we begin with a prayer of thanksgiving. Modeh for men, Modah for women. Modeh ani lefanecha, Melech Chai v'Kayam, Shehechazarta b'nishmati Bechemla rabba emunatecha. Modeh ani lefanecha, Melech Chai v'Kayam, Shehechazarta b'nishmati Bechemla rabba emunatecha. Rabba emunatecha. I offer thanks to you, ever-living sovereign. You have mercifully restored my soul within me. How great is your trust. And we recognize the holiness of the spaces from which we join together in prayer, whatever those spaces may be today, from our homes, from wherever we may be praying, we join together. And by the way, you should sing along, sing loud, sing enthusiastically. It doesn't matter if you sing in key or out of key. I like to do a combination of both. You don't have to hit all the notes. God will hear your prayers. And the best thing is there's nobody sitting next to you in the pews or in the chairs, other than people who already live with you and know all of your foibles anyway. So sing loudly, sing proudly as we join together. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et ha'adam b'chokhmah. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who formed the human body with skill, creating the body's many pathways and openings. It's well known before your throne of glory that if one of them be wrongly opened or closed, it would be impossible to endure and stand before you. Baruch atah Adonai, rofei chol basar. Excuse me. Rofei chol basar umafli l'chasot. Blessed are you, eternal God, who heals all flesh, working wondrously. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shanatata bi Tehorahi. Again, Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehorahi. Ata verata, ata yetzavta, ata nefachta bi. Ve'ata meshamera, meshamra bekirbi. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehorahi. My God, the soul you have given me is pure. Join with me. My God, the soul you have given me is pure. You created it, you shaped it, you breathed it into me, and you protect it within me. For as long as my soul is within me, I offer thanks to you, Adonai, my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all worlds. Praised are you, Adonai, in whose hand is every living soul and the breath of humankind. Baruch atah Adonai asher biyado, nefesh kol chai veruach kol basar ish. As we have given expression to our gratitude for our homes as places of prayer, for our bodies, our breath, for our souls, we take a moment, as we do each day, to recognize in gratitude all of the miracles that we experience every day, the miracles of rising to greet a new morning, to the miracles of having basic freedoms with which we can celebrate and pray together. We begin in Hebrew. You may finish each blessing in Hebrew or in English. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan nosach vivina, lehavchin ben yom uben laila. Excuse me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir hasurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, rokach haaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, המעביר שאינם עיניי ותמונה מעפעפיי. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me in the image of God. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani ben chorin. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael bigvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, eternal our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. Elu devarim she'en lahem shiur. These are things that are limitless. Please join with me. These are things which are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. Yitgadal v'yitchadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divrei chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon, ub'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Baragala, baragala, ובזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מברך, לעלה מול מעל מיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל בחתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירה בעלמה, ואמרו Amen. We rise now for the Baruch Hu, our communal call to prayer in which we join together our prayers, linking them one to another as we send our prayers toward the heavens, sending our prayers toward God. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch המבורך, המבורך, לעולם ועד. אור חדש על ציון תאיר, אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we all may swiftly merit its radiance. Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer HaMeorot, praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. At dawn I seek you, my rock, my refuge. Where light meets dark, I judge myself. At dawn I seek. Faced with your grandeur, I stand astonished and timid. For your eyes see all the thoughts in my heart. My heart and tongue will fail me. What is the source of my strength, and what the spirit within me? So I will raise my voice in poems of praise to you, and gratitude for the breath of God you have placed within me. Baruch atah Adonai habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. If it is your custom to remain standing through the Be'ahavta, you may be seated at this time, or through the Shema until the Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol vavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha, ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילות עושה פלא, עושה פלא. שירה חדשה שיבחו גאולים, לשמך שפת הים. יחד כולם הודו וימלכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך, אדוני ימלוך, לעולם ועד. צור ישראל, קומה בעזרת ישראל, ופדחנו ממך יהודה וישראל. גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל, קדוש ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. We rise now. If you are able to physically rise, you may do so. If it is difficult to physically rise, you may remain seated while rising in your heart as we all direct our hearts toward God. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומר חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכה חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני, אדוננו מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהייך ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. To all generations we declare your greatness, and for all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. On this Shabbat, may we draw nearer in life, in peace, and in joy. May we find true rest, holiness in our deeds, worth in our study of Torah. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadecha be'ira na'avod. We continue now in silent prayer, and when you're ready, you may be seated. יהיו לרצון אמרפי והגיון ליבי לפניך. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri vegoali. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. And in the congregation that I've come from, there's a tradition of when we come to a youth course service to offer a special reading, usually a true story taken from a memoir or another inspirational reading that we use as a source of inspiration and a source of memory. I'd like to try that tradition here with you for this youth course service. It is during holiday times in particular that we so deeply miss the people who are no longer with us, those who have died. It is in the great wisdom of the rabbis of old that the youth course service was instituted around the holiday times so that we would have a moment of recognition and a moment of memory so that their memories can continue to be a blessing for us always. The following was written by Ken Budd, published September 28, 2019. The white golf shoes sit on a shelf in my bedroom closet in a plastic emergency room bag labeled personal belongings. They've resided there for 14 years, since a muggy June day when my 65-year-old dad finished 18 holes of golf. As his friends entered the clubhouse, my father sat on a bench and collapsed from a fatal heart attack. The shoes, for reasons I can no longer recall, wound up in my closet. I rarely think of them until I'm rummaging for something on the shelf and spot the clear bag by a pile of wrinkled t-shirts. I really should get rid of those shoes, I tell myself. And almost instantly I think, nope, can't do it. In her Netflix series and best-selling book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, Marie Kondo preaches a simple decluttering strategy. If an object doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it. But what if an object brings you pain? And what if pain is the reason you keep it? Is that unhealthy? Is it normal to keep a 14-year-old symbol of loss? Or just morbid? I'm hardly alone in clinging to a loved one's possessions. A friend keeps a tweed hat and scarf that belonged to her father who died in 1979. To lose those objects, she said, is to lose the connection. My dad's golf shoes do not evoke pleasant memories, so why keep them? Megan Devine, a psychotherapist in Portland, Oregon, has addressed this question in her own life. In 2009, her partner drowned 3 months before his 40th birthday. The brown t-shirt that he wore that day is still in a drawer. I've moved 4 times, she said. It's not going anywhere. Too often, she says, grief is pathologized and treated like an illness. Yet not all pain is bad. Those golf shoes are a reminder of what happened, says Devine, author of It's Okay That You're Not Okay, and founder of the company Refuge in Grief. Sometimes you need evidence that your person lived, evidence that this happened, especially in a culture that wants to erase the person, particularly after a sudden or traumatic death. Erase the person? Really? That seems harsh, but when we grieve, we're often pressured to stop feeling sad and move on with our lives, she says. Remarkably, at her partner's funeral, people asked Megan when she would start dating again. There's a cultural idea that any kind of pain, but especially grief, is something you're supposed to master quickly, she said. And the implication of that cheerleading, be strong, push through this, push past, put the past behind you, is that if you still miss the person you're with after 6 weeks, there's something wrong with you. We don't talk about grief and pain and sadness as normal, healthy things, so we don't know how to respond. And when we tell someone Don't you think it's time you've moved on? That's a shaming response based on our own discomfort. We also engage in what she calls internalized shame. I can hear it in the language you use, she told me. Isn't it time I do this? Isn't it kind of ridiculous? Ironically, our lost loved ones probably don't expect us to cherish their stuff. Kelly Keeler, the executive director of DesignSponge.com, lost her father to cancer in 2011 and tells the story of one of his pillows. When you have cancer and you have a lot of pain, your comfortable positions become the center of your life. So it was that his special silver pillow, she said. In the years since his death, her 5-year-old daughter had kept that pillow on her bed. One night she got sick, and as Kelly cleaned the mess, she realized that the pillow had to go. She felt anxious about it, but she knew what her father would say. It's just a pillow. I'm sure my dad would say the same thing about his shoes, but he wore them as he took his last steps on earth. And those links to final moments carry a powerful emotional weight. In my own case, I think I understand now why I'm so reluctant to give up the golf shoes. If I give away his shoes, I'm severing a final emotional link to my father's life. And if I lose that link, it's like I further lose him. Pain is real. Pain lives on. I can feel it when I see the shoes and the tag on the bag with his name and date of death. I'm not ready to lose that raw reminder. And according to grief experts like Devine and Bidwell Smith, that's fine. As McAllen said, you have to ask yourself, why do I value this? Maybe every once in a while you need to touch it or smell the leather, she said. I know it's funny coming from the declutter expert, but I don't think we always have to get rid of something. Maybe, Devine suggested, the question is not whether something brings you joy, as Kondo believes, but whether it feels important. For me, the golf shoes still feel important. And so they will continue to sit in my closet, largely forgotten, until I'm again reminded of a special man and that very bad day, and I will welcome that pain. We take a moment at this time to say a blessing of healing for all those who are in need of healing. If there is anyone who you are praying for at this time, you may say their name aloud wherever you are, and your words will reach God's ears. You can post a name in the chat or in the comments if you're watching on Facebook, and I ask you to do so now. If you have additional names, you may add them when I pause in the Hebrew. Misheberach avotenu ve'imotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, ve'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, ve'Leah, hu yivarech et hacholim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu yamale rachamim aleihem, ve'hachalimam u'lerapotam u'lachazikam, vayishlach lehem mehera refuah shlema min hashamayim. רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף, השתה בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ונאמר Amen. May God's healing presence come swiftly and soon to all those who are in need of healing, as we say together, Amen. Etz chaim hi lama chazikim ba v'tomechea צבאותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה. חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו כקדם. We rise now for the conclusion of our service, beginning with Aleinu. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. There are stars up above so far away that we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways to remember. If you are saying Yizkor for somebody, you may say their name now. Post their name in the chat. If there is anybody who has been lost to you, Yizkor is the time to remember, be it a parent or a sibling, a spouse, a child, a dear friend. And we remain standing together as we say the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrei chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayei chol u'vyom echol, u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach la'olam u'l'almei almaya, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירם בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world, to which we say, Amen. This is the time to make sure you have whatever you are enjoying for Kiddush. If you need to run to another room and open a bottle of wine, just make sure you save some for the rest of us. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם, עוד היא לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. על כן ברך אדוני את יום השבת ויקדשהו. Therefore Adonai blessed the day of Shabbat and hallowed it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. For the rest of us, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehakol nehiyeh bidvaro. L'chaim. And if you are enjoying bread or any other tasty treats for your oneg, maybe a late breakfast or an early lunch, we can say together, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Please stick around if you're on Zoom for the oneg social, which will continue after the service. If you are on Facebook or YouTube watching, come on over to Zoom. Check your email for the link. If you're not currently receiving our emails, let me know so that we can make sure you get the emails in the future. And Shabbat Shalom, Hag Sameach. Have a wonderful rest of your day.